Radio.com station. The 1010 Winds AccuWeather forecast. Brisk and chilly this evening, low 31, partly to mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, sunshine and clouds, high 46. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, low 30. Tuesday, sunny, high 46. Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 52. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Lisa Brown is our service aide. Julie Vaughn is our writer. Sarah Miller is our editor. I'm Sonia Rincon.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. It's 44 degrees at 5 o'clock on this Sunday, March 17th. I'm David Weiss, and here's what's happening. An Upper East Side mom says school officials ignored a racist bullying incident at her child's school in which a noose was put around her son's neck. The Department of Education has responded to this. A Cedarhurst man in custody after allegedly attacking his parents, then setting a nearby house on fire. Nassau cops say he turned himself in, after which he tried to escape. With an arrest, a possible motive in the killing of a reputed boss of the Gambino crime family might have been personal, not business, as the investigation continues. And something strange in the neighborhood. In this case, a South Bronx neighborhood. Roaming around, apparently breaking out of a slaughterhouse, police rescued a goat today. 1010 Winds AccuWeather, partly cloudy and chilly tonight. Low 31, 20 suburbs. Mostly sunny tomorrow, still chilly, up to 46.
On hockey, Slur, the Knicks rally past the Lakers. The NCAA tournament field will be announced in an hour. The Avalanche lead the Devils in the third 2-0, and Aaron Hicks, sore back, will keep him out for the Yankees on opening day.
Winds News Time, 5:01. From the Ram Trucks Traffic Center, here's Gloria Chapa.
Still dealing with that car fire on the northbound FDR Drive at 96th Street. The right lane's closed. Delays start down by the 20s. Ouch. Southbound, there's fire department activity that's taking up the left and center lanes, and you have some very heavy delays well, actually, at this point, it does look like it's back to the Madison Avenue Bridge. So just a FDR Drive, it doesn't look good all the way up into the Harlem River Drive. Meanwhile, if you're heading over to the eastbound Guanas BQE combo, that doesn't look good. It's heavy from the Prospect to the Brooklyn Bridge, and then again from before the Williamsburg Bridge, absolutely bumper to the Kosciuszko. Looks like an accident's to blame for that. Westbound is heavy from Queens Boulevard into the Kosciuszko Bridge. Again, looks like that accident's the problem. Now, here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Right now, no problems on the LAE, the Northern State, or the Southern State. And here's what you about the bridges and tunnels. George Washington Bridge, 25 to 30 in, 15 to 20 out. Lincoln is 5 to 10 in, 5 to 10 out. The Holland is 15 to 20 in both directions. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Gloria Chapa on 1010 Winds.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting agent. Learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Winds News Time, 5:02. The Upper East Side mom of an 11-year-old boy mate placed a noose of yarn around his neck because he's black, saying this is what your ancestors went through. Allison Davis, the mother of the 6th grader, telling 1010 Winds the Robert F. Middle School never told her about what happened back on March 8th. She only learned of it when her son told his older sister.
I have not been able to rest. I have not been able to rest. My child is 11 years old. He's in a class with 12 and possibly 13-year-olds because he was picked a grade. He's a very good kid. He didn't deserve something like this. No child deserves something like that.
Davis telling us her son has not returned to school since this happened on March 8th, and that the classmate who did this is still in that class. The Department of Education issuing a statement this afternoon, quote, our schools must be safe and welcoming environments for all, and they must report incidents to families promptly. The school immediately investigated this and addressed it through discipline and guidance counseling, and the superintendent is working with the school to ensure there are no delays in reporting to families, end quote. Winds News Time, 5:03. A young man in Cedarhurst turned himself into Nassau County Police last night after allegedly attacking his parents in the family's home on Oakland Avenue, then hiding out for several hours in a nearby house where he reportedly started a fire that engulfed that home and damaged another one nearby. Police say 21-year-old Brian Alejo began his rampage around 1 in the morning yesterday after arguing with his parents. He reportedly stabbed his father multiple times, then assaulted his mother. Both were hospitalized. Cops say no one was injured in the fire, but when Alejo came into the 4th precinct to turn himself in, police say he tried to escape and then had to be restrained by officers. Alejo now facing a long list of charges, including attempted murder, assault, and arson. Winds News Time, 5:04. Authorities have begun returning those bodies identified after the shooting massacres in New Zealand in 2 mosques in Christchurch on Friday so that families can begin burials. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern reports all 50 of the victims should be identified by Wednesday. Speaking in Wellington, she said the only suspect in the shootings so far, 28-year-old Brenton Tarrant, emailed an 87-page document before the attacks.
I was one of more than 30 recipients of a manifesto that was mailed out 9 minutes before the attack took place. It did not include a location. It did not include specific details.
And correspondent Will Carr reports police currently believe there was just one shooter in the attacks on those 2 mosques.
3 other people were initially arrested. We've learned that they had nothing to do with the shooting. Another man has been arrested for sharing that horrific video of the online stream of the attack. And as for the gunman, he's facing 1 murder charge. You can expect that number to jump exponentially in the coming days.
New Zealand's Prime Minister says the government tomorrow will look into tougher gun regulations to make sure an attack like this never happens again. Winds News Time 5:05. After a somewhat chilly afternoon, brisk and downright chilly this evening, partly to mostly cloudy, low 31 city. Some of the suburbs. Mainly sunny tomorrow, still chilly, high 46. Temperatures remaining in the mid-40s Tuesday, and we'll get to 50 or above on Wednesday. We have gusting winds, variable at 6 miles per hour. Clear skies, 44 degrees right now. Winds at 5:06. The NYPD still trying to figure out if there's more than one suspect in the fatal shooting of Francesco Calli, a reputed Gambino crime family boss outside his Staten Island home. Several published reports indicate this might not have been a mob hit, but rather a crime of passion. Sources say the suspect in custody, Anthony Camello, killed Calli because Calli stopped him from dating his niece. There's word Camello's home on Staten Island has been searched. Weapons were found. Police also recovering the blue pickup truck in New Jersey, the one police say rammed into Calli's SUV outside his house, luring Calli outside where he was gunned down. A wild scene in Valley Stream that left 4 men arrested. Nassau County Police say it was a verbal dispute that escalated inside the Applebee's at the Green Acres Mall in Valley Stream. The fight apparently broke out in the bathroom of the restaurant and continued outside. In the end, 2 of those involved were stabbed. Drugs were seized. Lots of charges filed. 2 of the suspects are from Queens, 1 from Brooklyn, 1 from Freeport. Winds News Time 5:07. More Mideast violence. Israeli officials say there was a double attack outside the West Bank settlement of Ariel.
By all accounts from eyewitnesses and the Israeli army, this appears to be one of the most brazen Palestinian attacks we've seen in the West Bank. The suspect stabbing to death an Israeli soldier, stealing his automatic rifle, opening fire on Israeli vehicles, stealing one of those vehicles, and then carrying out a second shooting attack. 1 Israeli soldier is dead, 2 others have been seriously injured, including a civilian. The Israeli army now focusing its manhunt in and around the Palestinian village of Borkin.
Correspondent Winds News Time 5:07.
Dear Calvary Hospital, Baruch Gross was my dad and my role model. As a Holocaust survivor, he experienced life's worst atrocities. Yet, his optimism and fierce observance of his Jewish faith made him a living example of hope and love. When his cancer became terminal, the pain unbearable, our rabbinical advisors recommended Calvary, a Catholic hospital with extensive knowledge of our Jewish faith, end-of-life laws, and traditions. Calvary's sensitivity to our religious needs comforted our entire family, as its expert staff helped ease his pain physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We wanted my father to receive the very best that life could offer. During his final journey, he received exactly that. Calvary Hospital. Sincerely, Charles Gross.
This is Frank Calamari, president of Calvary Hospital. To learn more about our unique Calvary care, call us at 718-518-2000. Calvary Hospital is where life continues. Winds News Time 5:08, something you don't see every day roaming around the South Bronx. That story coming up.
Have you ever wanted to speak another language? Whether you want to speak Spanish, French, or German, Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons can get you speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I just started learning Spanish with Babbel, and it's really helping me with my pronunciation.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? Aha, I got it! I'm amazed how confidently I speak Spanish now. I wish I had tried Babbel sooner.
Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned. No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling best-selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, German, Portuguese, and more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com. Or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
Wins News Time 509. Well, if a tree grows in Brooklyn, makes sense that a goat would be found roaming around in the Bronx. South Bronx, to be exact. A goat was seen roaming the streets. Today, police and animal care and control rounded up the goat, believed to have escaped from a slaughterhouse in the area. This scapegoat, if you will be taken to an animal sanctuary in New Jersey, the same one that took in that lamb found on the Gowanus a few days back. Be careful. It's a zoo out there. Wins News Time 5:10, traffic and AccuWeather in 1 minute.
Lease Lincoln Direct and Drive Lincoln Luxury for much, much less at Premier Lincoln in Brooklyn. New 2019 Lincoln Navigators, all new 2019 Lincoln Nautilus in stock, ready for spring. You can even order your all-new 2020 Lincoln Aviator all-wheel drive today. How about a super low springtime lease payment on your luxurious new Lincoln MK all-wheel drive? Just $293 a month. 36 short months, 50/16 due inception, 0 security deposit, plus tax, tags, and fees. Plus, you're going to love our service department where you always get priority treatment. Lease Lincoln Direct and Drive Luxury for much, much less. Smack dab in the middle of Brooklyn on Kings Highway at Utica Avenue. Is Premier Lincoln the best? Boy, I guess.
All offers with Tier 1 credit approval. See dealer for complete details. Expires 3/31/19. Wins News Time 5:11. From the Mavis Discount Tire Traffic Center, here's Gloria Chapa.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. If you're heading into the George, 25 to 30 inbound both levels, 15 to 20 outbound both levels. The Lincoln is 10 to 15 in, 5 to 10 out. And the Holland is 15 to 20 in both directions, but it will be heavier if you're coming in from 139 because of construction. Queensbound RFK is pretty jammed up, and the eastbound Brooklyn Bridge is running pretty slow. In Manhattan, FDR Drive, North 6th Street, the right lane's closed with a car fire. You have delays down by the 20. Wow. Southbound, the fire department has the left and center lanes blocked with heavy delays back to the Madison Avenue Bridge. In the Bronx, eastbound Cross Bronx is slow from the George to 3rd Avenue, westbound from Castle Hill Avenue to the Deegan. The northbound Bruckner is slow from the Cross Bronx to Pelham Parkway. In Queens, eastbound LIE is slow from Queens Boulevard to Utopia Parkway. Westbound from the Van Wyck to Queens Boulevard. You'll also see delays on the Grand Central East between the LIE and the Jackie Robinson, and the eastbound EQE. Forget it. It's packed from Flushing Avenue up to the Kosciuszko. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 5:21 on 1010 Wins.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist John Feerick.
A brisk, chilly evening on tap. We'll see the breeze die off, though, through the night. Just a few clouds out there. Down to 31 in Midtown, mid-20s in some suburbs. And those wind-protected areas, probably a touch of frost late today, tomorrow morning. Then sunshine, some clouds for tomorrow. Chilly I-46, not too much wind. Mostly clear tomorrow night, down to 30. Sunny Tuesday, I-46. A little bit milder Wednesday up to 52. Couple of showers Thursday. 55. Right now in Central Park, we've got 44 with some sun, humidity 23%, the wind out of the west at 13. Repeating the current temperature, 44, going down to 31 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather's John Feerick in New York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time 5:13. Traveling between Manhattan and Queens via mass transit, as in the subways, is about to get a little more difficult. We're referring to station renovations on the Astoria line. Another shutdown starting tonight, affecting more than just commuters.
The Astoria Boulevard subway station will be closed for 9 months. And Shul Kim, whose grocery store depends on commuters, says he may have to close.
I'm very wondering because I've been there since 1984 until right now. So many years ago, working over there.
The MTA promises a modernized station, 4 elevators to make it completely wheelchair accessible. But commuters like Christian dread the temporary inconvenience.
So I catch the bus, it's 30 minutes out of my time.
So you're not happy?
No, not at all.
The next nearest station is 3/10 of a mile away. Roger Stern, 1010 Wins in Astoria.
Wins News Time 5:14. We're inching closer to Selection Sunday Big Show. 1010 Wins Sports.
50 or older, been screened for colorectal cancer yet? This is Larry Mullins, and let me keep it real. Although this disease can happen at any age,
people who develop colorectal cancer are over age 50. So all men and women age 50 and older should get screened. And it's easy. Get screened regularly. Visit www.ny.health.gov/colon cancer. Get screened for colorectal cancer. If you are uninsured, call the Brooklyn Cancer Services Program at 718-250-8708. This project is supported with funding from the state of New York. They were 5 young guys with a dream and a sound that would last a lifetime. This is their story. Now here is their misery. He's proud of the life and talents of the temptation. Now he plays on Broadway. Visit telecharge.com today.
Wednesday time, 5:15. Now from the WFAN Sports Desk, here's Bob Kissler.
The NCAA tournament field of 68 will be announced in less than an hour. Some local schools are sitting pretty. Seton Hall, Iona, FDU, they all know they're in. St. John's is hopeful of getting in as an at-large. Yale is in. They won the Ivy League today, 97-85 over Harvard. The Atlantic 10 goes to St. Louis. They beat St. Bonaventure by 2 points. Auburn, a 20-point win over Tennessee to win the SEC. Big Ten title game. It is Michigan on top of Michigan State by 4 with 5:16 to go. Exciting win today for the Knicks. They were down 11 with a little more than 3 minutes to go. They take a 1-point lead with 22 seconds remaining. But that left LeBron James one chance to be a hero. Mario Hudson to the game-clinching block of LeBron. Knicks win at 123 to end their 8-game losing streak. Nets playing in L.A. against the Clippers tonight. Yankees split the squads. James Paxton pitched well in the 7-3 win over the Phillies. Jonathan Loaisiga pitched 3 shutout innings in a 5-3 win over the Orioles. Before the game, Aaron Boone with an update on the center fielder.
Had another cortisone shot because there's still a little bit in there, and we just want to make sure this isn't something that lingers during the season. So, but with that'll definitely take him out of being ready by opening day.
Yankee center fielder Aaron Hicks out until at least the second week of the regular season. Hector Santiago allowed 6 runs in the first inning today for the Mets, who lost to the Nationals 10-5. The Avalanche lead the Devils 2-0 in the third. The Islanders played this evening in Minnesota. NYCFC in L.A. a 2-2 tie. Jim Furyk in the clubhouse at 15 under. Rory McIlroy also at 15 under. He has 3 holes to go at the Players' Championship. Sports at 15:45 around the clock. Bobby Stewart, 1010 Win Sports.
Time 5:17. Please listen to this message. Hello, I'm Gus Michael Farinella. I'm a bankruptcy attorney here in New York. I have filed over 5,000 successful consumer bankruptcy cases. If you are burdened with debt and your income has not kept pace with rising prices and falling further into debt, my law firm can help. You may consider filing for bankruptcy to protect your home and your assets. Bankruptcy is your legal right and can save your home from foreclosure, stop wage garnishments, and stop your creditors from harassing you at home and at work. We serve both New York and New Jersey. You can call me anytime, 1-800-961-9615. That's 1-800-961-9615. We are a debt relief agency and handle all other legal problems as well. Call today. Tomorrow could be too late. The number, once again, is 1-800-961-9615. That's right. Call me, Gus Michael Farinella, 1-800-961-9615. Just a phone call away. That's a free call for a free consultation. A brisk and chilly evening ahead, partly to mostly cloudy, down to 31 in the city, dropping to the 20s in many of the suburbs. Mainly sunny skies tomorrow, still chilly, high 46, mid-40s on Tuesday as well. We'll get to 50 or above on Wednesday. Fair skies now, 44 degrees. Winds news time 5:18. Michael Jackson, Paris, denying TMZ reports that she tried to take her own life yesterday morning at her L.A. home. An alleged suicide attempt that landed her in the hospital. TMZ pointed to the HBO documentary Leaving Neverland as the trigger for this. That doc featured graphic interviews with 2 men who claim Michael Jackson sexually abused them when they were children. Paris Jackson tweeted angrily later yesterday, lies, 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 blasting the TMZ reports. She was also seen out and about with her boyfriend this weekend. Following her hospitalization, the 2 of them saw a movie, and she said they grabbed some food at KFC. Wins News Time, 519.
Do you want another truck or a truck like no other? How about deals on that truck during Ram Truck Month? A truck with an available touchscreen that stretches an entire foot. A truck that has capabilities that don't exist in any other truck in its class, like available air suspension. Heck, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year truck. Do you want a truck that's about towing and hauling and payload capability, but a truck that stretches every ability? It's the all-new Ram 1500. Come in now during Ram Truck Month for deals like no other. Qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Ram 1500 Classic Express Broadcast 4x4 for $179 a month for 24 months with $4,119 to its signing. Tax, title, license extra. Class based on light-duty pickups. Call 1-877-RAM-572 for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Chrysler Capital. Excludes other FCA vehicles. 25% charge for each mile over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4/1.
AccuWeather is the most trusted name in forecasting. You can only get it on one radio station. 1010 wins.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 44 degrees at 5:20 on this Sunday, March 17th. I'm David Weiss. Here's what's happening. The mother of an 11-year-old boy says his Upper East Side school never told her about a racist bullying incident in which a white classmate put a noose around her son's neck. The Department of Education has issued a statement responding to this. Police in Jacksonville, Florida arrest a man living there under a false name, wanted in connection with the shooting death of an off-duty NYPD officer in 1999. Busy weekend on the Democratic presidential trail. New York's junior senator making it official earlier today with a video that she has joined the crowded field of hopefuls. And a city firefighter arrested following a crash on Staten Island this morning. He's been charged with drunk driving. 1010 winds AccuWeather, partly cloudy, chilly tonight, low 31, mostly sunny tomorrow, still chilly, high 46.
How about Buechler St. John's learns its fate at the top of the hour. The NCAA tournament field will be revealed. Knicks rally past the Lakers. Avalanche lead the Devils 2-0 in the third, and Aaron Hicks' sore back will keep him out on opening day.
Winds News Time, 521. From the Ram Trucks Traffic Center, Gloria Chapa.
Looks at the FDR Drive and looking better anyway. It's still a little bit slow from the 20s going up into 96th Street because of that car fire, but it looks like things are breaking up pretty well. So good news there. Now what we don't have good news is if you're taking the Guanas BQE combo eastbound, Guanas is going to be slow from the Prospect heading up into the BQE soon. For the Brooklyn Bridge is slow. And then from Flushing Avenue into the Kosciuszko is pretty heavy. Westbound is slow from Queens Boulevard into the Kosciuszko. That's all due to an accident that's been cleared. You'll also see some delays on the eastbound LIE from Queens Boulevard to Utopia Parkway. Westbound is slow from the Van Wyck to Queens Boulevard. And then if you're heading over to the Van Wyck, that's slow from the Bell Parkway northbound up to Hillside Avenue, southbound across the Grand Central going into Liberty Avenue. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Clear roads, no problems on the LIE, North State, or the Southern State. George Washington Bridge, 25 to 30 in, 15 to 20 out. Lincoln is 15 minutes in, 5 to 10 out. The Holland is 15 to 20 in both directions. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report is at 5:31 on 1010 Winds.
Winds News Time, 522. An Upside mom speaking out about a hate-filled bullying incident in which her 11-year-old son was the victim. Something she says happened back on March 8th, but the school never told her about.
It was March 8th. A white student at Wagner Middle School on the Upper East Side went over to 11-year-old Tyler Davis, who is black, wrapped a piece of yarn around Tyler's neck like a noose, and said, "This is what your ancestors went through." Tyler's mother, Allison Davis.
I have not been able to rest. Every time I talk about this story, my chest just tightens.
What's more, she says the school tried to cover up the incident until she reached out to them.
I believe that they had no intention of contacting me.
The school won't say if they will punish the bully. Meanwhile, Tyler is staying home from school. Administrators telling the mother it is up to her to move Tyler to another class or school to ensure he won't see that other kid again. Roger Stern, 1010 Winds on the Upper East Side.
The Department of Education issuing a statement this afternoon, quote, "Our schools must be safe and welcoming environments, and they must report incidents to families promptly." The school immediately investigated this allegation, addressing it through discipline and guidance counseling, and the superintendent is working with the school to ensure there are no delays in reporting to families, end quote. Winds News Time, 524. The city's police commissioner, James O'Neill, offering thanks to police in Jacksonville, Florida, and to U.S. Marshals there for the arrest of Lester Hudson. He's the suspect in a 1999 shooting death of an off-duty NYPD officer. The 43-year-old Pearson was taken into custody Friday morning in connection with the death of Officer Vincent Lane. Authorities say Pearson was living in Florida under a false name. Commissioner O'Neill said this is another demonstration that our collaborative forces have a very long reach, in his words. Supporters of Erin's Law will be in Albany tomorrow, lobbying Assembly members to pass a bill that would require schools to offer age-appropriate lessons on sex abuse awareness. The goal, to help kids understand the difference between appropriate and inappropriate touching and to let them know how to report it if it does occur. The measure passed the state Senate but was blocked in the Assembly, where critics say such issues should be left to state education officials. Suffolk County arson detectives determining the cause of a fire that broke out in a building at the Colony Park Apartments in Ronkonkoma. This happened early this morning. Even before firefighters got there, residents were working to escape the blaze. A mom, Jenna Schlick, telling Channel 4 she and her husband were faced with trying to escape from their second-floor balcony and save their baby.
My husband got down, he jumped, and he said, "I'll catch her." And I threw her to him. He did catch her. I screamed to everybody to help us, and there were some neighbors that came running over. He screamed, "Someone help my wife get down," and I jumped, and someone kind of caught me and helped me.
Mom and baby suffered only minor injuries, as did another man who lived at the complex. 5 apartments, though, have been ruled uninhabitable after the blaze. Wins News Time 5:25.
Now a commercial message.
Nurses and caregivers are speaking out. The ER is overcrowded. 4 nurses doing the work of 8 because hospitals refuse to put enough nurses on the job. Management knows we're short-staffed. Patients on rows spilling into hallways, exposed to infection. These are the words echoed by thousands of New York nurses. Every hospital and nursing home needs safe staffing so you get the care you need and deserve. Paid for by the New York State Nurses Association.
Been a long, drab winter. Time for a spring coat of paint. Change your wall colors or exterior. CertaPro Painters listens, customizes, prices firm, painters polite, on time, focused, neat. When CertaPro wants your feedback, there's a problem, they come back. Patricia McCann, they transform my peeling, worn windowsill frames. You should see them. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com or call 800-GO-CERTA. That's Certa with a C.
CertaPro says we do painting, you do life. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Wins News Time 5:26. Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins. Here's Denise Pellegrini.
The next great idea.
Forget about that original Apple show, Planet of the Apps. Apple may think the next great idea is taking on the likes of Netflix, Amazon, Disney, Hulu, and AT&T. Apple's anticipated March 25th unveil of a video programming service comes as iPhone demand weakens. And Gene Munster, co-founder at Loop Ventures, says Apple is willing to lay out some capital for the new service.
We'll probably spend just over $1 billion this year on content, but that will probably scale up to closer to $5 to $7 billion in the next several years, which should rival Netflix.
And Munster says Apple may bundle the video with other services.
They have these 1.4 billion active devices. It makes it easy for them to try to gain users.
Analyst Dan Ives at Wedbush says Apple may be willing to spend $20 billion to acquire a movie studio for all this.
This is an opportunity from a content perspective for them to go on the offensive.
Apple says it may generate $50 billion a year in services by 2021. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Denise Pellegrini for 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time 5:28.
9/11 is still claiming victims. If you lived or worked below Canal Street after 9/11 and developed cancer, call the 9/11 lawyers at Turley, Hansen, and Rosasco at 1-855-WTC-INFO for compensation help. Sonia did. She's a client, and this is her story.
I worked as a public relations executive in the downtown area. I was considered an essential worker, and I was one of the only ones in from my team that came back. I actually was diagnosed with colon cancer. Could it possibly be because I was in the area?
9/11 has caused cancer even many years later. Call and get the compensation you deserve. 1-855-WTC-INFO. That's 1-855-WTC-INFO. Or go to 911cancerclaim.com.
You don't have to be a policeman or fireman. If you get sick from 9/11, they can help you.
Turley, Hansen, and Rosasco, LLP, 767 3rd Avenue, New York.
Ugh, those aging, rusted, dented baseboard covers are really making the house look bad. Thankfully, there's a quick and easy fix to make your house look modern and sleek. Revitaline, the aluminum baseboard replacement cover, plant Revitalign easily fits over most installed baseboard, up to 8.5 inches in height and 3 inches in depth. Just pop off the old worn-out covers and flip Revitalign directly over the back panel. So simple, so beautiful. Revitalign baseboard replacement covers are available in bright white and 10 other decorator colors. Revitalign from America's leading baseboard and boiler manufacturer. Visit slantfin.com and order now, or find a distributor today. Revitalign, an innovation in renovation. Visit slantfin.com. Slantfin.com. That's slantfin.com.
Partly to mostly cloudy, brisk and chilly tonight with a low of 31 in the city, 20 suburbs. Good afternoon, I'm David Weiss. Wind time 5:30.
Good afternoon, I'm Sonia Rincon. A rally this afternoon was held in response to anti-Semitic and racist graffiti found inside a family changing room at an athletic complex on the Upper East Side last week.
It was intended to be an interfaith rally against hate after swastikas and other hate graffiti was found inside Asphalt Green last week. This hate can't be tolerated. Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney organized the gathering where some heckled her and Reverend Al Sharpton, who has been a champion for people. Holding signs condemning Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar for using what are widely regarded as anti-Semitic tropes and tweets. Unhappy with what they saw as the lack of condemnation from Maloney, some confronted her after the rally. It's on my statement. You said
How do you explain that?
It's going to fall.
How do you explain that?
Stand on that.
Listening to Leap and Tintin Winds on the Upper East Side.
Winds news time 5:31 from the Ramparks Traffic Center. Flushing Avenue to the Kosciuszko. Westbound is heavy from Queens Boulevard to the Kosciuszko. And here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Quiet roads, not bad. LAE, North State, and Southern State Parkways are moving along just fine. Heading up to Westchester, eastbound Cross County Parkway, that's not looking so good. There's an accident after the Bronx River Parkway. You do have delays back to the New York State Thruway. Westbound is slammed from the Hutch to before the Bronx River Parkway. Looks like rubbernecking delays with that one. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The Verrazano Bridge into Brooklyn on the upper level has an accident that's blocking the right and center lanes. Eastbound Brooklyn Bridge is heavy. The Queens Bend RFK is heavy. Holland Tunnel 15 to 20 in both directions. Lincoln is 15 in, 5 to 10 out. And the George is 30 minutes inbound and 20 minutes on the outbound side. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaking traffic lists whenever they happen. I'm Gloria Chapa on 1010 News.
Located on the campus of the Hebrew Home in Riverdale, River Spring Rehabilitation is New York's premier rehabilitation center specializing in older adults. River Spring Rehabilitation helps patients get home faster, feeling better, and with greater function. River Spring specializes in short-term inpatient rehabilitation for a wide variety of major health conditions, giving patients access to the experience and expertise of dedicated physicians, nurses, physical, occupational, and speech therapists. Whether knee replacement, stroke, or surgery, River Spring Rehabilitation provides some of the nation's most comprehensive and innovative services to get your loved one back on track as quickly as possible. River Spring Rehabilitation's dedicated team understands that every patient is different. River Spring's personalized care plan makes recovery a positive, meaningful journey. Call 800-56-SENIOR today. That's 800-567-3646 or visit riverspringhealth.org/rehabilitation.
Now the 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist John Feerick.
Yeah, chilly afternoon out there for sure. The breeze is still pretty stiff, but it's going to die off as we head through the evening. A partly cloudy sky tonight, down to 31 in Midtown, mid-20s in a few suburbs by morning. Still chilly for tomorrow, but not too much wind. So with the stronger March sun, not too bad up to 46. Mostly clear tomorrow night, down to 30. Sunny Tuesday, high 46. And Wednesday, a little bit milder, back near average up to 52. Couple of showers Thursday. The high 55. Right now in Central Park, we've got 44 with some sunshine going down to 31 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist John Feerick on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
Winds news time 5:33. Former Vice President Joe Biden gave the keynote speech last night at a dinner for the Delaware Democratic Party. But thanks to a slip of the tongue, it may also have been the announcement supporters wanted to hear ahead of the 2020 presidential election.
I get criticized. I'm told I get criticized by the new left. I have the most progressive record of anybody running for the United States, anybody who would run.
Biden has yet to announce if he'll make a bid for the Democratic nomination. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand has made it official, though. She formally joined the 2020 race this morning.
In a campaign video, the Democratic senator runs down a list of her accomplishments and lays out her platform, including universal health care, ending gun violence, a Green New Deal. And Gillibrand says she's running to be the president people are asking for.
We need a leader who makes big, bold, brave choices. Someone who isn't afraid of progress. That's why I'm running for president.
Gillibrand had spent more than a month traveling around the country to gauge support for a run. Her first campaign rally will be in front of Trump International Hotel and Tower here in New York, March 24th. I'm Julie Walker.
Wings News Time, 5:35. North Korea's deputy foreign minister recently said his country is considering suspending denuclearization talks with the U.S. That brought a sharp response today from White House National Security Advisor John Bolton. He told AM 970's John Katzimatidis that Kim Jong-un was unwilling to take the necessary steps to reach a nuclear deal with the U.S. In Bolton's words, just last night they issued an unhelpful statement that they're thinking of going back to nuclear and ballistic missile testing, which would not be a good idea on their part. Satellite images show construction activity at a North Korean missile site. But on Fox News Sunday, White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney said diplomacy remains the priority.
The discussions can and should continue. I can foresee the president and the chairman sitting down at some point in the future. But if they were to begin testing again, that would be seen as a truly disappointing turn of events.
Mulvaney says resumption of missile testing would also be viewed at the White House as a violation of trust. Wings News Time, 5:36. An FDNY firefighter is under arrest for drunk driving after a crash on Staten Island this morning. 27-year-old Omar Juarez Rivera is also charged with leaving the scene of that crash that left one person hurt on Post and Decker Avenues in Port Richmond. One person was taken to a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. It's not clear if that person was a passenger or in another vehicle. Cops caught up with Juarez Rivera at his home. Memorial Middle School in Fair Lawn, New Jersey has a book back that was taken out by a 13-year-old back in 1966. Now 65 years old, Harry Crane tells CBS News he found Lewis Gannett's The Family Book of Verse while he was cleaning out his basement. He handed it over to Vice Principal Dominic Tartino only 19,400 days late.
Want to go for a little walk? I guess I'll show you what it looks like inside.
Finding great candidates to hire.
Need one of these. Alright, this is the Palisade Center Mall. We're doing a little bonus coverage after this drive came to an end. The Palisade Center is one of the 10 largest shopping malls in America. It's located about a half-hour drive north of New York City, if the traffic isn't bad. This building was built in the last 30 years. It's 4 levels high. If you see through the glass atrium ahead of us, there's actually a Ferris wheel in there. There's a Ferris wheel, and I think on the other side, on the opposite side of the building, there's a merry-go-round. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, so we came in on the ground floor, which is actually the second floor. The first floor is technically the basement, and there's actually stores and retail downstairs as well. But we won't be going downstairs, I don't think. Hey, every big mall's got to have a Starbucks. I think this one has 4 or 5. So here's a good layout here. You got the first floor, which is the basement. It's below ground. And then the second floor is ground level, and then you've got 2 floors above that. And the building retains that 4-story size for its entire length. And every floor has got different things on it. Some of the larger department stores are multi-level. I think the JCPenney is the largest in this building. It's actually 3 stories. Anyone who is a mall geek or a shopping geek or what have you, this is one place you ought to visit at some point. You could get lost in this place if you're not careful. Alright, we just went up a floor to the 3rd level. The main food court area is going to be right in this area. There's a lot of stuff to the right of us and to the left. I'll show you the Ferris wheel, which is over this way. And as you can see, it's not for show, it actually works. Alright, so that was the north side of the food court, what we just walked through. So we're going to go across to the south side and see what's over there. There's a merry-go-round over on this end. Man, that one girl in that teacup is having a blast. Did you see that? And it's $3 a ticket? Nah, that's not worth it. Look at her though, she's getting her money's worth. Yeah, this one has benches. I see one all the way back there. They have these things too, little padded ones. It's nice, you know, it's a little carnival style one, nothing fancy. I know, a 2-level merry-go-round in a 4-level shopping mall. I think the universe might explode. You know you're in a big mall when there are 2 Japanese restaurants right across from each other. Alright, you want to go up one more level? Let's go up one more level. No, they have a China Max over there. It's not called a China Walk or whatever. Oh, I gotta go over here. There was a shopping mall that I went to a couple of years ago. I can't remember where it was, but their Chinese restaurant was called the Walk and Roll. And it actually had a picture of a guitar on its logo. So, not every Chinese person doesn't have a sense of humor. Some of them are quite funny. I think, yeah, I've heard that there's at least one channel that devotes all their content to elevator rides and stuff like that, right? Here's our 3rd Japanese restaurant in 2 minutes. There's a lot of stuff on this floor. Yeah, let me go back this way. I'm giving you guys just a bare bones tour of some of the highlights. I mean, you could spend an entire day exploring this area if you really wanted to. Alright, I showed you the inside of the elevator. Is that okay? Is that good enough? That'll make the guys on the elevator channel happy. What do I put in the tab? Elevator rides? You know, carnival, Ferris wheel, merry-go-round. Jungle gym, whatever you call this thing here. Hashtag elevator. Alright. When I start publishing all my Hawaii videos next month, maybe I should put elevator in the tags there too. I've actually been on that before. Yeah. It's been a few years, but I have been up there. You know, with the harness and everything, I feel at home because I used to have to ride a harness every day for work. You know, when you were working with the iron workers and you had to inspect splice plates and bolted connections 150 feet above the Hudson River. I didn't quite get to do that, though. They wouldn't let me do that. I would have gotten fired if I did that. But, yeah, you know, putting on the harness and all that, it felt just like being at work. My job nowadays keeps me much closer to the ground, though. But I heard that there will be some harness work involved a few months from now. So that'll be exciting. But anyway, this is quite a complex here. So you see you got a few levels to this thing. Let me see the views like from over here. Yeah, you could spend a few hours in this thing. Look at this. You got, how many levels you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't have a GoPro, so that would be a neat thing to do for something like this, but I don't have one of those. Here's the kiddie one, so all you who are scared of heights can go on this one. There's not much down this way on the top floor. There's an ice skating rink all the way at the end. And then a lot of the remaining attractions are down this way. I guess if it's open, we can see if we can take a peek in there, just to see what it looks like. Never actually noticed these pictures. Uh-huh. In my past life, I was probably this guy sitting down in the bottom right of this picture. I don't know if you heard, but they replaced that bridge. I don't know if you heard, but the guy, the jackass who runs this channel was involved with that project. Now, how many malls do you know of that have a skating rink in them? Well, I don't think we'll skate, but we will see a Zamboni. I'd be tempted to stick around if there was a game or something. Usually there's either the local rec clubs are out here, or there's like youth teams that are out here. I think they open this to open skate at times during the day also. So it does get a lot of use. And I haven't been here in the summer in ages, but I think this is open year-round. But I have to double check on that. Yeah, I mean, this goes through May. Alright, so that was that. Yeah, Tampa is a really neat place for hockey. They've really embraced the NHL down there, which is unusual for such a southern city. But they're nuts about the lightning down there. I don't know what Tampa's going to do with the Rays, because that whole stadium in St. Petersburg is a mess. The Bucks had that one year when they won, but they're generally thought of as a losing franchise. What's on the TV in here? Anything interesting? No, it's Bucks and 76ers NBA. Yeah, no thanks. Who cares about that? What does Milwaukee have? Like 4 NBA fans? Are they building a new arena in Milwaukee? I didn't know that. I heard that they recently opened a new arena in Sacramento, and Phoenix just approved a measure to build a new arena for the Suns, but Milwaukee's so far off the beaten path, I haven't really paid much attention to them. Hey, listen, this is a pretty wild place to begin with. You don't need any music to help you out. It was the big-ass movie theater this way. Oh, and on the topic of new NBA arenas, San Francisco is building a new arena also. And the Warriors will be moving there next season. They will be jumping across the bay to San Francisco from Oakland, which is where they've played their home games since the early 70s. Maybe that's what I'll do. On a slow day, I'll post some of my pictures from a game I went to at Oracle Arena with the Warriors. It's a neat building. It's actually a really nice building considering how old it is. It's about 50 years old. And they're going to be moving out of there at the end of this season. Yeah, we're still on the 4th floor. We're checking out some stuff down this way. Might actually go there for dinner. They are very good. With the comedy club. Let's see how many people I've never heard of are performing here. Yeah, I don't know any of those people. And they do have a new arena in Milwaukee. Okay. That's good to know in case I get out there this summer. Hint, hint. Yeah, this place is so huge, and its proximity to New York City is such that there's so much stuff in this building that you would never see in your traditional shopping mall. I mean, even some of the malls closer to the city out in Paramus, New Jersey has one. Hempstead, New York, out on the Long Island, has Roosevelt Field Mall. Even those are maybe at best half the size of this place. And then those are considered to be really huge shopping malls, and they're, as I said, if you put the two of them together, you probably don't have anything this big. Yeah, that one in the Meadowlands has become the butt of every joke in the tri-state area. That's what happened to that. It's been so long since I checked in on the progress of that, you know, if they were actually doing anything over there. You've actually reminded me that I should probably check in, because I'm actually curious what's going on over there. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up and actually go do what I'm here to do in the first place. So thanks everybody for tuning in to a little bonus coverage of the Palisade Center Mall. There will not be a YouTube video, you know, drive of this facility. I don't think they would let me bring my car up here, but if they ever did, then I probably would do a couple videos of it for you guys. Let's see, we've got Indiana videos next week, through next week, and through next weekend. And then we get on to Kentucky for a couple of weeks. And then it's on to West Coast stuff. We're going to go west after that. So stay tuned for more announcements about that. I haven't quite made up my mind yet as far as exactly what I'm doing in the second half of April. But I'll probably put something out there beforehand so you guys know what to look for. Yeah, that's going to do it. So again, thanks for watching. And catch you on the next live stream. Have fun, everybody.